Ever wondered what could possibly drive a person to commit the most heinous act of all, murder? Today we turn our gaze towards a place of prestige and privilege, a boarding school nestled comfortably by the soothing waves of an ocean. Here the children of the world's elite gather to receive an education befitting their status. Yet beneath the cloak of affluence and tranquility, a sinister plot unravels. The school is plunged into a cold darkness as the life of a student is cruelly snuffed out. The halls of learning, once filled with laughter and camaraderie, now echo with whispers of suspicion and fear. Who could be driven to such extremes in a place of knowledge and growth? What could have compelled a soul to extinguish another, casting a long, unsettling shadow over the hallowed grounds of this institution? Stay with us as we delve into the depths of this chilling tale. Who, you may ask, is the unfortunate soul that met such a tragic end? Well, let's delve into that. Our victim was none other than the beloved school heartthrob, a charismatic student whose popularity was only matched by his family's wealth. He was the star of the school, a beacon of success and perfection that others could only aspire to. He was the epitome of privilege, his life seemingly touched by Midas himself. But alas, as they say, all that glitters is not gold. Behind the facade of perfection, there were whispers of resentment, whispers that grew louder as the darkness fell. The school's walls, if only they could talk, would tell tales of jealousy, of envy, of deep-seated grudges. So, could it have been envy that drove someone to extinguish this bright star, to silence the laughter that once echoed through the school's corridors? Could envy have been the motive, or was there something more sinister at play? Among the grieving students, 5 stand out, not for their tears, but their suspicious behavior. First, we meet Sebastian, the school's golden boy, charismatic and captain of the rowing team. He's the embodiment of privilege, his family's wealth a ticket to a life of leisure. Yet there was a bitter rivalry between him and our unfortunate victim, a competition that was more than just a battle of egos. Did this rivalry push him over the edge? Next is Penelope, the valedictorian. She's a picture of perfection, her grades as immaculate as her reputation. But behind that facade of innocence was a secret love affair with the victim. Could a love turned sour be the motive for murder? Then we have Oliver, the quiet one. He's the school's chess champion, known for his strategic mind. But beneath that calm exterior is a boy who was constantly bullied by the victim. Did his desire for revenge lead to a deadly checkmate? Now let's not forget about Amelia, the school's resident drama queen, known for her flair for the dramatic and her undeniable talent. She was the victim's ex-girlfriend, their breakup a spectacle for all to see. Could she have committed a crime of passion? Lastly, there's Rupert, the victim's roommate, always in the shadows, always overlooked. They fought often over mundane things, their relationship strained to the breaking point. Could he have seized an opportunity to free himself from his roommate's oppressive presence? Each of these 5 suspects had a motive, a reason to want the victim out of their lives. Each of them had the opportunity, each of them had a secret they desperately wanted to keep hidden. But one of them holds a secret that's darker than the rest, a secret that's stained with blood. One of these 5 holds a dark secret, a secret stained with blood. Often the truth hides in plain sight, masked by the ordinary. In the world of murder mysteries, the most inconspicuous objects often hold the most significant clues. Let's delve into what our investigators have unearthed from the crime scene and the suspect's quarters at the prestigious coastal boarding school. First, a seemingly innocuous piece of evidence. A worn-out paperback found in the victim's room. Nothing special at first glance, but it's the dog-eared page that piques our interest. A passage underlined, a cryptic clue, or a mere coincidence. Only time will tell. Now let's move on to the second clue. A silver locket discovered in one of the suspect's rooms. An heirloom perhaps, or a token of a secret relationship? The inside of the locket remains a mystery. For now it's locked and the key is nowhere to be found. In another suspect's quarters, investigators unearthed an old photograph. A group of friends smiles wide, standing by the ocean, but look closer. Our victim is in the picture, and so are all of our suspects. An old friendship or a tangled web of animosity? Lastly, the crime scene itself, the victim's room. The bed is undisturbed, the window is locked from the inside, but the door was ajar. And then there's the peculiar absence of the victim's mobile phone. Where could it be? And more importantly, what secrets does it hold? These clues may seem unrelated at first, but they're pieces of a larger puzzle: a dog-eared book, a locked locket, an old photograph, and a missing phone. Four seemingly ordinary objects, but in the world of murder mysteries, ordinary is often extraordinary. As we delve deeper into this enigma, we must remember that every clue has a purpose. Every object, every statement, every alibi, they all tie into the bigger picture. And while these clues may seem disconnected now, they could very well be the keys to unlocking the truth behind this tragic event. But remember, in a murder mystery, nothing is as it seems. As the investigation deepens, the waters become murkier. The plot, like the sea surrounding our prestigious boarding school, is churning with a tempest of questions. Each wave brings a new layer of complexity, each tide a new piece of evidence that threatens to capsize our preconceived notions. A new development has surfaced. A letter postmarked just days before the unfortunate incident, filled with veiled threats and cryptic messages. It was found hidden away in our victim's private quarters. The handwriting, elegant and refined, suggests a certain level of education and sophistication. But who among our five suspects could be so bold? Whose hand penned this chilling note, and what secrets does it hold? Then there's the locket, an antique piece of jewelry discovered in the rose garden, bearing the initials of one of our suspects. A family heirloom, perhaps, or a token of affection. Its presence, like its owner's motives, remains shrouded in mystery. The plot, you see, has thickened considerably. What seemed like a straightforward case of jealousy and rivalry has morphed into a convoluted puzzle. The suspects, all hailing from families of great wealth and influence, have more to lose than just their reputations. Could one of them have been desperate enough to commit such a heinous act? Or are they merely pawns in a more sinister game? Let's not forget the school's location, nestled on the edge of a dramatic coastline, a secluded haven for the privileged, yes, but also a perfect setting for a murder. The crashing waves, the desolate beach, the towering cliffs, all silent witnesses to the tragedy that unfolded. As we delve deeper into the investigation, the truth, it seems, is as elusive as the ocean's depths. The clues are there, floating on the surface, but the currents of deception and betrayal are strong. They pull us in different directions, clouding our judgment, obscuring the facts. In this tangled web of deceit, who can you trust? The moment of truth is upon us. Are you ready to face it? Our journey through the intricate web of clues and suspects finally brings us to the pivotal moment of revelation. The murderer, concealed behind a facade of innocence, is none other than the victim's closest friend, Charles. Yes, our affable Charles, with his charming smile and seemingly harmless demeanor, is the one who held the knife. Let's take a step back and revisit the clues that led us to this shocking conclusion. Remember the cryptic note found in the victim's room, the one that read, "In the end, trust none but your own heart." This was not a random quote, but a veiled confession from Charles. His affection for his friend, tainted by jealousy and ambition, drove him to commit this heinous act. The motive? The victim was the only obstacle in Charles's path to the coveted head boy title, a position that would secure his future and guarantee a place in one of the country's top universities. In the twisted labyrinth of his mind, Charles justified his actions as necessary, a sacrifice for a brighter future. Do you recall the peculiar seashell found at the crime scene? It was not an arbitrary piece of evidence. Charles and the victim had a shared history with the ocean. They had discovered that shell during one of their summer escapades along the coast. It was a symbol of their bond, a bond Charles shattered the night he chose ambition over friendship. The final clue was Charles's erratic behavior. His nervous glances, his forced laughter, his insistence on proving his innocence even when not accused. It was a subconscious admission of guilt, a desperate attempt to hide the truth. In the end, it was not a stranger, but a friend who held the knife. A tale of friendship tainted by envy and ambition. A story of trust betrayed and innocence lost. The lines between right and wrong blurred, and the face of a friend morphed into the face of a murderer. In the end, it was not a stranger, but a friend who held the knife. In the aftermath of such a revelation, one can't help but wonder, was justice served? The school, once a beacon of prestige, now bears the scar of this chilling incident. The murderer, once hidden behind a facade of innocence, now faces the consequences of their actions, and the community, once blissfully ignorant, is left grappling with the shock. But as the dust settles, the school, like the waves crashing against the nearby coastline, continues on, forever changed. Like and subscribe for more enchanting mysteries.